Hey everybody, this is iLad and we are back with another episode of Indie Speed Dating. And today we are checking out Waking. Okay, so right away this title screen is grabbing my attention. Don't know much about the game, but that's cool. That's a very interesting looking title. Seeing a hospital bed on the title screen is definitely kind of a warning. And then here's another one. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Well, that's different. I'm definitely intrigued. Keyboard controls not recommended. Let me drag out my Steam controller here. Enter my real first name. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Of course I am. Yeah. Okay. Husky. I'm fat. Interesting. Indie difficulty. That's very interesting. I'm not sure what that means, but it's cool. I bet it's going to change like music options and stuff. I'm not going to monetize anyway, but I mean YouTube won't let me, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. I assume this is a loading screen. It's taking a bit, isn't it? Well, that's an ominous beginning. Also, if there's a little noise when I speak, my computer is slightly spazzing out. It's an ongoing technical issue with my computer. I may limit commentary partly for that reason. Alright, so I had to adjust my controls a little bit because I needed to be able to see. Here's what I can see. Alright, so I'm recording my first impression voiceover after the fact because my computer was kind of spazzing out. Now when I say spazzing out, the game performed as it was supposed to. Like, as far as I could tell, my frame rate wasn't really affected or anything like that. It's just that my computer probably has an overpowered GPU for all the other hardware in it, and so I get this kind of electronic screeching sound. It's just background; it doesn't affect performance. So with that said, it only does it when the graphics card is under heavy load, and yeah, there's a lot of post-processing filters going on here. but I don't feel like there's actually anything here in the game that should justify putting a heavy load on a GPU. I feel like somebody went a little overboard, maybe with something that probably we wouldn't even notice if they scaled it back a little bit. I don't really know. That's kind of outside my area of expertise, but so I'm guessing this game is about dying. So first impressions of the game, it appears to be that your main character is dying. At least that's what I'm led to believe here in these first few minutes. I get that the blurry, kind of muddy look to everything is supposed to evoke that, I guess, but it really, it's overdone, and it kind of makes a game with what could be really striking visuals look messy and blurry. So I'm going to say it's not doing itself any favors there. Gameplay is likewise just kind of messy and blurry. It said it discouraged you from using keyboard controls. That's fine, and I went straight to my gamepad to honor that. But actually, I didn't feel like it performed very well on a gamepad. I feel like I would rather have had WASD and a mouse. So that's something that's still, it's a little mark against it, to be honest. What? And then I don't know. It's a really cool game concept, and I'll probably come back to it at some point, maybe after a few updates. But right now, I'm not sure that the execution is going to be great. Alright, so it had me choose my desires, right? So I picked creativity and knowledge because those are two things that are very important to me. It said that they were abilities, but until I got to this screen right here, in the start menu, in the menu for the game, I couldn't tell that they actually had anything to do with it. Like some kind of feedback on that, or some kind of way to immediately use those abilities, or I don't know if I was using them at all. But like, if it's telling you, hey, you've got an ability, ideally I want to see right away what it actually does. I want to use it in gameplay. If it basically is just having me answer the questions in order to get me set up, and I'll use the ability later, then maybe have me answer the questions and not tell me that I've got an ability until it's ready to use. Like a little later on, be like, okay, so earlier you selected creativity. That is one of your skills. Here is what it's going to do. instead of telling me I've got the ability and then I don't get to see it right away. It seems like a small thing, and if the game is good, then the game is good with or without that. But do I actually want to keep playing? And that is the point of the Indie Speed Dating series, is does the game hook me enough that I want to keep playing the game? And they did not achieve that so far. The one thing it's got going for it is the idea that it's literally a representation of me, rather than being a role-playing character that I'm stepping into the shoes of. And answering questions like, what are your greatest desires, what are your biggest fears, stuff like that, and somehow having that influence gameplay is a heck of a promise. And I gotta say that after these first 20 minutes or so, I have very little faith, actually, that promise is going to be delivered on. But I'm gonna, this game is brand new. I'm gonna let it kind of settle down, get a couple of updates, and I really expect that I'm gonna be coming back to it. Hopefully after I've resolved this annoying screeching in my ear, to see if that promise is actually fulfilled later on in gameplay. This is definitely one of those games where the indie speed dating format of take 20 minutes of a game and see what it does for you is really probably unfair to the game. Right now, I don't, except just the high concept stuff, I don't see anything that would ever make me actually install this on my hard drive ever again. But because of that high concept, I'm going to try it out again later. So we'll see how that goes. So this this weird combat-y stuff, like, is annoying as crap. I'm just gonna be honest. It is. It's just bad. Like, I think it's gonna get better as more stuff gets added. I understand I am still in the tutorial levels, and I hope some updates maybe even streamline the process a little bit. But it's is it a combat game? Is it gonna be a combat game? I don't know. Let me see. As I record this, I'm actually checking the Steam store page just to see again the description. Like, I'd already seen a description, but I have a very short memory for that sort of thing. It says, combining third-person action and guided meditation, walking is an emotional adventure through your dying mind. Battle the forces of oblivion. Okay, so it is going to be combat-y. Alright. I was kind of worried that they were shoehorning combat into a game that didn't really demand it. Battle the forces of oblivion, conjure the memories of loved ones, and join them in the fight for your life. It's going to be really interesting. Locked in the darkness of a coma, you dream. In the recesses of your mind, voices call you home, beckoning you towards the light and the void beyond, but it is not your time. Not yet. A true meditative experience. Waking blurs the line between fantasy and reality, taking you deep inside your mind, both in-game and out. Third-person exploration melds with guided meditation techniques to create a new type of experience at the intersection of reflection, emotion, and memory. That is certainly high concept. Man, I hope it pans out. Yeah, and it came out on June 18th. I'm recording this on June 23rd. I'm going to go ahead and release the video. I was sent a review copy for that purpose. I'm going to give it 3 stars. I don't want to keep playing right away, but I feel like I'm going to need to come back to this game. So. Anyway, if you feel like the concept has caught your attention, if you feel like maybe you have a more appropriate controller than the Steam controller, I think next time I might try it with my 360 controller, see if the actual 2 physical sticks works better than using the touchpads. Maybe after a couple of updates. If you feel like it's your kind of game, it is on Steam, check it out. There's absolutely potential here. I don't know if it's ever going to deliver, but man, it's an idea. I respect the crap out of the developers for this. I'm looking forward to maybe in a few months' time coming back to it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't already, maybe consider paying a little visit to the subscribe button. And I hope to see you back in the future. Thank you guys very much. Bye-bye.